2, 1. I think we need a more exciting intro other than that. So, I didn't mute it.
Always one of us.
I didn't mute. Are you muted?
I'm muted.
You're muted. Okay, that accounts for 3 of the viewers.
I was ready.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is
Hey,
Sunday night, and it is we made it. Most nights we always say that we're coming in hot, that we're putting the kids to bed, but really tonight it was literally 35 seconds ago.
No, it was too. It was. You yelled at me. I was in the other room. You're like 18 seconds. Whatever. I really do think we should do like a background video one day. Like we should just set up the camera and just like
let
people can watch us.
Coming in, testing the sound, testing the thing.
One day,
nothing works.
One day we'll look back.
So hey, what's up? It's another Sunday night. Before we go, everybody's got to go to work tomorrow. Figured stop in, talk a little cruise. Mm-hmm. Got some interesting stuff happening this week. And, it's funny. I was thinking about, we were talking about what we're going to talk about this week. And we are not a cruise news channel. That is not what we are. It's not what we do. We try.
We love cruise news. I mean, we watch it. We follow it.
No, we watch it. Yeah. But that's not what we produce. We can't keep up with it. And it's funny. A couple things we found.
Barely make our live, guys.
We found a couple things this week, and we're like, oh, we should talk about that. We should talk about that. We should talk about that. And it's like, oh, but we don't want to talk about anything until like it's confirmed, and like we don't like, it's. Sure. I don't know. I don't like sharing bad information.
Anyway.
But we're going to talk about it anyway.
Every week, I feel like some weeks, and I feel like it's like almost every other week, but I feel like some weeks we go, oh my gosh, I feel like we were just here last Sunday. I feel like it was yesterday. Mm-hmm. And then there's other weeks where I was like, oh, it was a long week. This was a long week. I feel like it's been forever since last Sunday.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. I feel like it's been a really long week.
Well, why don't we say hello to everybody so we can get right into it, because we know we're going to keep everybody for a long time. So, well, let's just say hello to everybody. We'll scroll right down the chat. We're not going to click on them tonight because I want to make sure. I have a bad habit of clicking on the wrong things. So we're going to say hello.
Or too quick. I hate when he clicks on them too quick.
She always has to complain about everything I do. Cruise Nuts are here. Thank you for joining us, Mike and Tracy. How are you? Z Show is here. Z, thank you for joining us. Mary Ellen Dillon here. Thank you for joining us. Hello. What?
Talk loud.
I am talking loud. I'm trying to keep the kids asleep.
Guys, the editing.
Have Luggage Will Travel is here. Happy birthday to you, Josh.
Happy birthday, Josh.
I hope you got my text. I made that video just for you. Julie Amos is here. Hello. How are you? Have Luggage Will Travel. I'm guessing Amanda is also here with us. Eddie Lugo Studios, Brooklyn, in the house. Who else is here with us? Alice Lugo's here. Will G is here. Hello, thank you for joining us. Tony G 1975 is here. Looks like the entire Moonlight Mafia has jumped over from there. Josh, I am sorry I missed your show yet again. As soon as these kids go to bed, more graciously we'll start.
It was a fight tonight. It was a fight.
Kathy Mills is here. Kevin Michael has joined us on Facebook this evening. Kevin, thank you for joining us. Hello. How are you? Julie from How We Cruise is here with us tonight. Moonlight Mafia, Josh is here. Chris Cram has joined us again. Chris, check your email. Tony Diaz is here.
Thumbs up.
Together We Travel has joined us. Thank you for stopping by. Hello. Cruise Seekers is here. I think we have said, Stacy Renard is here. Hello. How are you? Thank you for joining us this evening. The Catherine Concepts has joined us. Blind Cruisers, hello. How are you? Melody and AJ, thank you for joining us. Huddle Adventures is here. Hello, Eddie and Laura.
Okay, can I just say this?
How am I doing?
This is so funny.
The party people.
Amanda said,
what?
I have Luggage Will Travel. Says, Julie, you have on a new shirt. No, I don't. I have on the OG.
That's the OG.
This is the OG, and I knew it's so funny. I thought that when I put it on, I was like, it's gonna look like a new shirt because I never wear this. This is literally, I think, the first shirt.
I don't think you've worn that since Liberty of the Seas.
maybe. Yeah, no, this is old school, man. This is old school.
We have a few more people to say.
But I worked on shirts all day today. Just saying, for all those cruises coming up,
there was a lot.
I was working on.
Well, you got the OG shirts on, and I've got the Group Cruise 1.0 shirt on.
Yeah, you do.
So we're both.
I like the back of that one.
Yeah, I like it too, but I can't see it because my
eyes are on the front. Turn around. You can turn. Well, you have to literally turn around. I don't know. Yeah, there you go. That's a pretty good job. Yeah.
All right. Who else is with us? Oh, we have the Jacob family has joined us this evening. Hello, how are you? Shauna Reed is here. Hello, how are you? Traveler Bust. Who else is here? See, this is what happens when Para DJ goes on a cruise. Everybody doesn't know what to do with their Sunday night, so they come find us. So Nautical Nurse Nancy is here. Allie D.
Hey,
Hello,
Nancy.
hello. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Wendy Johnston is here. Oops. Clicked on the wrong thing again. The masked cruiser has joined us again, and we are going to figure out where Parts Unknown is at some point. We are going to.
Masked cruiser. I was listening to your voice the other day, and I'm like, okay, do I know this person? I don't know.
Maybe we've been watching too much TV, that Masked Singer show. Or
I don't know.
Something like that.
It's like when there's a mysterious thing, like part of it there, you just have to wonder.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Embarkation Nation is here. Everybody's saying happy birthday to Josh. If you guys want to send in presents, we'll get you their P.O. box. Let's see. We said hello to Cruci. We said hello to LED. Nancy, I skipped over your joke intentionally. You're not trouble. We're just skipping it.
Listen, I'm just gonna tell you it's 9:09.
That wasn't bad. We're through it. We're good.
Right.
Maria and Mike are here.
Hi, Mike and Maria.
We're doing great tonight. 33 days until Harmony of the Seas. That's what I like to see. I like to see short cruise countdowns. Our countdown is down to 60.
Did you check
yes,
it?
I updated it. We're down to 62 days until the Carnival celebration.
Button.
It was the shirt. I was rubbing the shirt, not the chest. Laura from Five Hungry Travelers is here.
Hey, Laura.
Who's this? This is somebody new, I think. Do we have somebody new? Is this somebody new?
Oh, okay.
We have Amanda Sweeney. Is Amanda Sweeney new? I don't know.
Amanda Sweeney. I don't
Thank you for joining us. GB
so happy to
Fat
have you.
Cat is here again. Allie D is 5 days away from leaving for their first ever back-to-back. So excited and ready for the celebration.
I haven't done a back-to-back yet. I'm jealous.
Laura has an appropriate question. Is anyone going to acknowledge how gorgeous Julie is? I will, Laura. Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh, Laura, that was very sweet. Thank you. It's only because I showered about 45 minutes before we came on.
Have Luggage Will Travel has 17 days for the breeze for Mallory.
Other than that, I was in my pajamas all day.
Nautical Nurse Nancy has warned us that if there is more where that came from. So mods, keep an eye on Nancy tonight. It sounds like she's getting feisty. Five Hungry Travelers has 98 days until their cruise, which means you guys are less than 100 days till something.
Tony Diaz is
32 days until the Grandeur. Yes. 27 days for Wendy Johnstone until the Miracle. Oh, that's right. Till our group cruise. Because our group cruise is just over 90 days away. It's 100 days away.
Yeah.
Because final payments are due very, very, very
Moonlight
soon.
has 182.
Yes, Moonlight has 182. No, you're good. 182 days until the sea. No, we'll go back. Sorry. It's okay. They don't. We can click on these in whatever order we want. We're in charge. So Moonlight is.
Who's in charge?
Julie Amos has 92 days until her Alaska cruise. So many cruises. Scott McNeil has joined us. Oh wow, there's so many people joining us tonight. Shenanigans everywhere. Hi, Mom. Thank you for joining us. So who else does these live streams? This is funny. I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah, Mom's got 32 days till her transatlantic.
I'm going to bring this up because this is funny. So for those of you all out there who do live streams, do you do it the same way we do, where you're both reading the chat, you're both looking at the camera, but you're not paying attention at all to what each other is saying?
I love going back and I go back and watch every one of our live streams that we do, and sometimes more than once, and I laugh at some of the things we do and we say and how we banter, and sometimes I totally miss what you say and sometimes you totally miss what I say. It's pretty funny. Anyway, guys, listen, we're like almost.
Nancy has 24 days until the girls cruise. Stacy Renard has no cruises maybe until next year.
Oh, Stacy, come on, let's go. We got to book something.
Plenty of TAs in this chat. Somebody's going to bully you into something. So, Will G has 38 days until a long weekend. They can't get all these. I know countdowns. I told you that we wouldn't talk about it, and I'm not going to, but I'm just going to say I might have booked something yesterday. Just saying. We're not talking about
I'm
that
putting it.
tonight.
I'm
We're
putting a
talking
little
about that
teaser out
tonight. We're
there.
not talking
Next
about
week,
that
tune
tonight.
in next week, and I'll tell you what I booked. I might have
41
booked
days
something.
for cruise seekers until the lure of the seas. What a great ship. Did we do anything for St. Patty's Day? I don't even know.
Okay, so on the
What?
12th was our local parade, and we were going to
didn't
go, but
make
it was
it.
cold and it had just snowed and it was kind of crappy out, and we had a lot of stuff to do around the house. And we love the parade. The kids love the parade, but we skipped the parade. But St. Patrick's Day was Friday, and we went to the kids' hockey tournament. So yeah.
Oh, not the
Yeah.
tournament, the banquet.
The banquet.
The
Yeah,
banquet.
I keep calling
That's
it a tournament.
right,
I'm
that's
sorry.
right,
Yes,
that's right,
the
that's right.
banquet. So the
Forgot
big
about that.
hockey banquet, and the kids got awards,
Mhm.
and Brian gave a bunch of speeches because he coaches, and the kids got their trophies and medals, and it's always a
It
good
was a
time.
good
So
time.
yeah,
It was a
that's
good
how we
time.
celebrated St. Patrick's Day. You got to believe that. Yes, there was a dirty martini in the house, just like there is tonight. So I mean, it was a nice St. Patrick's Day. And then because I couldn't make corned beef and cabbage on St. Patrick's Day because we were at the banquet, I made it last night. We had corned beef and cabbage. The plan was to have shepherd's pie tonight to make it a whole. We were Kerns, we were gonna make it a whole Irish weekend, but it was a busy day, and I didn't make the shepherd's pie tonight. So that's
We'll
gonna
get
be.
there.
It's on the menu for tomorrow night. Tonight we had frozen pizza. So okay. Anyway,
Sharon
we
at Sea has
digress.
joined us. Wanda has joined us from Cruising for Food. Thank you for joining us. Hello, hello,
Nancy,
hello.
I know you want to know what I booked. I know.
It's just
I can't wait to tell
a
you.
hold. It's just a hold. And it may turn
I'm
into
gonna
something.
put the deposit in tomorrow.
What?
Listen. No, we're going on that. We're going on that. I'm super excited because
For those of you who haven't watched our video about booking airfare, perhaps you should go back and.
Brian was right next to me when I booked it. Listen, I'm excited about this one because I can't wait to tell you guys what room we got. We did not get a suite. We did not get anything crazy, but we definitely got a cool room. I can't wait to tell you about it. Tune in next week. I'm not allowed to talk about it yet. All right.
Actually, yes, Tony. It was I'm just trying to keep caught up with the chat. Yes, the hockey speech was a kick-free chat because we had Julie at the back of the room filming it, so that worked.
I did. I filmed the whole thing. Yeah.
That's good. Yes. Nancy says, "Hold means you are on it." Potentially. Let's see.
What's
Everybody's
Mary
having
Ellen drinking over there?
I don't know. Hold on. Drinking Magnus
Ooh.
Irish cider. Ooh.
Cheers. Cheers, my friends.
Cheers to
I
you.
hope that your arms is feeling better. I hope that your shoulder's doing good.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so listen, we're several minutes in the chat. So we have so many great friends that we want to talk to, but we also have some topics we want to talk about. So, what order do you want to go in? Do you want to do our like our bad version of cruise news that we found? Because we put out some bad news this week. Not bad news, but like
what?
The premier pass, or was that last week?
We talked about that last week.
That was last week. Oh,
gosh, guys,
move on.
That was our entire.
Somebody call D&J and tell them to go live. That's more entertaining.
Jesus. Okay. No. So listen. So this week I wanted to talk about Nassau. I'm just like being completely candid here. I wanted to talk about Nassau. Brian said, no, I'm feeling more like let's talk about excursions and how we do it. And it tied together because I just booked our excursion for our June cruise in Nassau.
Yes.
But there is some current cruise news going on in Nassau. So there's a bunch of stuff. It all ties together. So we're talking about cruise excursions, whether you book through the ship.
Ooh, it's like a segue again, like we did last week.
Whether you book through the ship, whether you book on your own, we typically almost always book on our own unless we get an amazing deal or unless there's something that the ship can offer. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about. But it may revolve around Nassau because in June 23rd, 2023 is our next group cruise. We're going to be How We Cruise with Friends 2.0. And I was working on the t-shirt today, guys. It's coming up. Some exciting things.
Nancy's on fire. Nancy's going for Queen of the Chat tonight. That's what happened. So,
well, it's because Kevin's not here.
Kevin Brubaker's not here. Somebody call Kevin and tell him that Nancy's kicking his butt right now.
So let's talk about Nassau for a minute. If you guys haven't heard, Royal Caribbean bought some beachfront property that's going to be a private beach club for Royal Caribbean in Nassau. And it's going to be on Paradise Island next to Atlantis. I mean, guys, this is huge news.
Somebody doesn't like competition.
Atlantis is not happy about it. And understandably, I mean, they're fighting. They're kind of two things. They're like, well, one, it's going to hurt them a little bit, and it may, and two, they're worried about the beachfront property and the environment.
Are they?
Well, I think so. I do. So, but this is what it is. I'm super excited about this. And
as am I, because right now Nassau is not exactly one of my favorite.
It's not one of my favorite ports. It really isn't. There's some cool things to do there, but I mean, as a family, it's kind of tough. And I'll say this, like, you got, club or day passes that you can do, like Margaritaville or Atlantis or Bar Mar, and some different things that you can do, but they're quite pricey. And so what we just booked, I'm gonna transition, and we're gonna come back and forth a little bit here.
What a good idea, Nancy.
We just booked Serenity Beach at the British Colonial. So the British Colonial is a hotel that is located very close, like between Senior Frogs and Margaritaville, super, super close to the port. But it closed in February of 2022 because of COVID and property maintenance and everything that was going on. The hotel closed down. When the hotel closed down, because of what was going on, they were able to keep open the beach. The beach is very private, and it's located in a great spot. So that's been going on. So the hotel is still closed. However, this is a little bit of also new cruise news. That hotel is scheduled to open this year, reopen. They're saying this summer parts of the hotel will be open. They have not said what parts those will be. If I had to guess, and this is completely and totally my own personal guess based on nothing else, I'm going to guess maybe the bar and the restaurant, because I don't think they would just open a couple rooms, right? I'm going to guess because they are, and maybe the pool, because the pool is not open right now, just the beach. So the beach, maybe they'll open the pool, maybe they'll have the bar and the restaurant open. And then they're saying by the end of 2023, the hotel will be open again within the winter months of 2023. So I'm excited for that. We did book it. We booked it. We've watched a bunch of videos that were old, that were new. The most recent, I think Rich and Jazzy were there, and they had a nice video. So I'll just give them a shout out. We left them a nice comment and thanked them for their up-to-date content. But we're looking forward to it. So that's what we're doing in June. We booked it on our own. I went through resortpass.com or bookforaday.com. There's all different, you can Google, there's a couple different sites. I booked that for us. It was very, very, very affordable. And that's what we're doing in Nassau. Yeah. We booked it on our own.
We've done some other things in Nassau, and drop in the comments what you've done in Nassau. I'm seeing a lot of trying to hit on some of these comments here. Looks like a lot of people like to stay on the ship in Nassau. Our last time in Nassau, we decided to go over to Cabbage Beach.
Well, okay. Can I just, before you go to Cabbage Beach, I just want to say,
I already went to Cabbage Beach. I'm not going there again.
Well, I know. I don't really want to go back there either. It was fine, but we had a bad time with sea lice. The reason I don't like to stay on the ship in Nassau is because when we do an itinerary out of Bayonne, we hit CocoCay Beach, which is Port Canaveral in Florida, Nassau, and CocoCay. And we're hitting those three ports
again.
And we don't get off in Florida. I'd rather stay on the ship in Florida. So I feel like I want to get off in Nassau, regardless of what we do. So I could talk about Junkanoo Beach too. You haven't been to Junkanoo Beach, but I have.
I don't think I've ever been there.
I'm sorry. Go. I cut you off.
No, but I wanted.
Go ahead. Talk about Junkanoo Beach.
I just wanted to have people. Nancy's on fire. Hey, Mike from Lovies, thank you for joining us this evening. Nancy wants to know if the Cabbage Beach gives you gas. No.
It was St. Patrick's Day weekend. We ate a lot of cabbage in this house.
Yes. Last time we were in Bahamas, and I drove a Jeep during a Jeep tour. Nancy says, Junkanoo and Cabbage, poor Nassau has the worst names for beaches. Well, they do got some good ones. I mean, there's Love Beach, there's Jaws Beach, there's Cable Beach. So there's a lot of things to do. Yeah. Pearl Island's very good. A lot of people are big fans of Blue Lagoon. So let us know in the comments if you've been to Nassau.
What do you like to do?
What do you like to do in Nassau? And stay on the ship has been covered. I know that's a very popular thing. Saw a comment up above. I think it was from Rob, a cruise seeker, said that he feels like a second-class citizen at Nassau. I'm sorry, not at Nassau, at Atlantis when they do the day pass, which I could see that the resort guests seeing all the. We
haven't done the day pass at Nassau because I'm going to tell you guys, we haven't been to Atlantis because when I experience Atlantis, I want to stay there. I don't want to do the day pass. I really want to experience Atlantis, and I'd love to just do a regular trip there. And I think I've avoided it for that reason.
Julie Amos said they swam with sharks.
Pricey for the day pass. So there's different ways you can do it. You can get passes through different hotels and things of that sort. But there's all kinds of tricks of the trade. But
we've seen some really good. And now again, you have to remember we are the Cruising with Kids channel. So a lot of the things that you do as excursions, we have to either pay for 5 people to do that. So free beaches are one of our favorite things to do. But
full disclosure, I think our plan for June was going to be Margaritaville. We talked about it.
It was.
And it was like $67 a person.
It was.
And I don't remember if the kids were the same or if they were cheaper. I really don't remember. But at any rate, we were okay with that. We were willing to do that. And the price jumped up to over $100. It was like $101 or $102. And then it went down to $100 or whatever.
And that doesn't even include your food or your drinks.
And that does not include food and drinks. And we're a family of 5. And the kids were the same price when it jumped up. So it was like, that's over $500 plus any kind of food and drink for us. I was like, I'm not willing to spend an extra $500 in Nassau when we get there at 1:30, even if we get there a little early, even if we get there at 12:30, even if we get there at noon. You're only there from there until like evening time. Everything shuts down at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock at night. So I just wasn't willing to spend that extra $500. I'm sorry.
Wendy Johnston, you two are cracking me up because you each kind of have your own subjects.
That's kind of how
we are actually married. We do live in the same house. We don't really talk to each other before we come on the show. I mean,
listen, it's our banter that keeps us going, right? We feed off of each other.
That's funny. Let's see. There were a couple other good things here. Tony Diaz says that the private beach at Blue Lagoon. Now, we've always heard good things about Blue Lagoon. And one of my coworkers went like a few months ago.
Of the time we hear good things.
And it was right after they had one of the hurricanes come through. And I guess it washed out a lot of the beach and it hadn't recovered from the hurricane yet. So it was definitely something to be aware of in terms of, he said that I guess the swimming area, the water was only up to like their knees. So that was not, Nancy says they'll be doing a snorkel excursion in Nassau coming up. Looking forward to that one. We think our kids are just getting to the age where we can do the reef snorkel excursion. That's one of our favorite things to do.
To get them snorkeling because I grew up snorkeling a lot. And you grew up diving. So
one of our best excursions.
Not my favorite thing to do.
One of our best excursions, in my opinion, was when we were in Maui, and we went out to Molokini Crater.
The crater,
and we were snorkeling in the crater, and that was, it was like an hour boat ride west of Maui to get there.
It was very cool.
To get the kids doing stuff like that I think that's.
Is that where we went? No, where did we go diving to?
That was in Aruba.
That was in Aruba?
Yeah, we were on the Antilla Wreck in Aruba. And it was only a 30-foot dive, but you were not.
Brian is an experienced diver, and I am not. And I don't really like diving. I get like that claustrophobic feeling. Like I get down there and I'm like, no, this is not cool.
Mass Cruiser says they did a narrated tour of Nassau in a comfy bus. Gave us perspective of the island. Most excursions don't offer.
So I just gave a big list of things to do in Nassau in our group cruise page, because we're going to go to Serenity Beach. We invite anybody who's going to be on that cruise to join us over at Serenity Beach. We've already paid for that and we're ready to go. But there's so many things that you can do, be it stay on the ship or, and then the other thing we didn't talk about is because Royal Caribbean, so they bought this beachfront property. They're going to make this beach club in Nassau. No, I know, but I didn't talk about the water taxis.
Oh, go ahead.
Thank you. See? Yeah.
Hey, Kurt and Marcia, thanks for joining us.
So, starting this summer, those water taxis are going to start. Now, Nassau's a little concerned that this is going to divert people from the straw market and some of the economy in Nassau. But I think you still have to walk through the straw market to get to where the water taxis are going to pick you up to take you across. So you won't have to get out of a taxi and take that bridge over anymore. So it may hurt the economy in that people won't be taking taxis, but they'll be taking water taxis, which is a different form of transportation. And those water taxis will go straight across over to Paradise Island, which is, I'm super excited for this. I mean, I just think it's a lot of cool changes, a lot of good stuff coming up. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see what Royal is going to do with that beach, how much it's going to cost.
A lot.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, is Royal going to because now Royal and Atlantis are going to compete, right? You know it. You know it's going to happen. So, is Atlantis going to drop their prices? Is Royal just going to raise their prices? I'm excited to see this unfold.
Nassau has 10 cruise ships in there in one day. I think they'll be fine.
Very true, right? I'm just excited to see this unfold. And you know what, guys? Look at where we were a couple years ago. A couple years ago, we were all sitting at home just begging to be back on ships. And now we're talking about new beach clubs opening up and water taxis starting again. I'm just glad to be back. So I'm grateful no matter how we look about it. So our topic tonight is excursions. Do you go through the ship? Do you book on your own? We almost always book on our own. Like I just said, we just booked Serenity Beach. The way I did that was I went to resortpass.com. I think that's the name of the site that I went to. After this video is up, I can put it in the description.
So that's where we're going now. So let us know down in the comments, down in the chat. Do you prefer to book your excursions through your cruise line, or do you prefer to go off on your own and book an excursion through like a third party, or do you just wing it and trust yourself and explore these countries that you end up in by just walking out of the gates of the port and saying, I'm good.
But what I did was and there's two ways to do this. You can put down
before you go there. Hold on, we just want to answer Mike's question.
Yeah, sure.
Mike says, the Royal will be open for everyone or just their Royal clients?
I think it's going to be just. I think it's
I'm
going to be
pretty sure it's
exclusive
going to
to
be
Royal
to
Caribbean.
Royal.
So it'll be like a Mahogany Bay, right?
Yes, that's how I see it.
I think it's going to be like Mahogany Bay. So when Carnival pulls up into
Roatan.
Thank you, Roatan. Carnival has exclusively a private beach in Mahogany Bay. It's not their private island.
Everyone else goes to the other port. Jamie, what's the other port?
Cox and Hole. So everybody else doesn't have access to this. So I think it's going to be very much like that. That's what my guess would be. Yeah, I'm excited for it. So when I booked Serenity Beach, or if I had booked through some of these resort passes for a day things in Nassau, you can find when we did Mr. Sancho's, we did it this way. You put down a couple $1 deposit per person. So you lose the deposit if you don't show up, but we're talking like $5, $6 a person. And then you pay in full when you get there. So I found another website where we actually paid in full. So all 5 of us are paid in full to go to Serenity Beach when we go in June.
A lot of
and we do have 24 hours to cancel and get refunded. So we are not going through. But one of the things that I feel comfortable about in Nassau, especially, is Serenity Beach is at the British Colonial is walking distance to the port. We can take a taxi. We can walk there. I don't feel like we're going to miss getting back to the ship at all.
And it's close enough that if the ship does start to leave, we can just swim right out to it.
Anyway, I'm not concerned about being a pier runner. I'm not concerned about getting back. I don't feel like we're going to get stuck, which can be a concern because when you book through the ship, you're pretty much guaranteed that if something were to happen because of the excursion that you're on and you're booked through the ship, they'll either wait for you or they will get you to the next port. They take the liability on, right? When you book through yourself or through a third party, then if you don't make it back to the ship, then that ship is leaving. You will be a pier runner. They will leave without you, and they do not care. And you
Let's see what the consensus is in the chat here. Let's see. Chris is asking what kind of taxi. I think that was when we were talking about the water taxi, though. So let's see here. Nancy says they mostly book on their own, but sometimes the ship's actually cheaper when it includes transportation. That's very true. GB Fat Cat
I feel like booking on your
says-
own is typically cheaper, but when you're right, Nancy, when you include transportation and other costs, then that can contribute to it. So
GB Fat Cat,
that could be cheaper.
they book on their own. Lovies, they Mike prefers on their own. Josh says nobody talks to him in Nassau because I look like I'm angry and they leave me alone. I don't think they have people that tall in Nassau, so I think that's very intimidating for them. Nancy says you have to realize you got to get back. Yes, that's what you said. You got to get back on board. Jacob family says they've done both. Will G must be referring
you're clicking
to.
fast again.
I'm trying to get caught up because you were talking. Will G says only Royal for the beach club.
Okay, cool.
Mary Ellen Dillon says I cruise solo a lot, so I book a lot with the cruise line or I wing it.
Well, I know sometimes too, like when we were just on Norwegian, a lot of times they give credit. So they'll give you credit towards your excursions, and then you can really find some really affordable, nice stuff to do. So that's always the way to go.
Piece of the ice cube tray in my drink.
Oh,
I don't know how that happened. Julie Amos says they almost always book through the ship if just Matthew and her. She'll book outside the ship if going through a group cruise or other people. You know,
So-
that's a good thing. If you have other people going with you, I understand that. Yeah, that makes sense.
Fun fact: when I met Brian, I had cruised way more than he had, and when we were going on our first cruise together, he was like, "We are not booking on our own. We are only going through the ship." You were very adamant that you were not going to do it on your own. You wanted the security of being back in time. Like you weren't comfortable.
No, I wasn't.
Didn't take long.
Well, and
That's
that's
you.
I
I
think
think
that's
that's- I
a
think that's
big
key.
I think that's a big piece of it,
Yeah.
right? Is what is your comfortability level? Even like some of we have one of my coworkers booked on a trip to Mexico coming up, and he's been kind of hinting around to me every day how he's nervous about going to Mexico because of the travel advisories that are in Mexico. And I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, you are very aware of your surroundings. You are a very competent individual. Like you will be entirely, totally fine. You will travel well. He's not traveling by himself. He's going to be traveling with other people. So it's not, I said, you'll be totally fine to stay in the touristy areas. I told him, like, you don't want to go like downtown in the middle of the night by yourself.
Yeah, I feel like too, like the more comfortable, like if you go to a port for the first time, you don't know what to expect, right? But the more comfortable that you get with a port and you know what to expect and you know what they have and you know the lay of the land. Also reaching out to some of these third-party companies that you feel comfortable and confident with that have some good reviews. You know, we've used Charlie's. I know a lot of people out there have used Real Deal. That we're talking about in Roatan. We just used Red Shirts golf carts.
Oh, they were great. Yeah.
In Costa Maya, and we've also gone on to Mahahual. You know, the Crazy Lobster and La Chalenca and all these places, and you become familiar and you really have like a feel of the land. And I think that sense of comfort makes a big difference. So if you're not comfortable, don't do it because you're not going to have a good time. But if you're comfortable, then by all means.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely one of those things where if you feel like you know the area, you know the island. Like we've been to Cozumel a couple times now. We've been to I mean our last time in Roatan. I mean we were even just considering just
Good point.
grabbing a taxi.
Exactly what we're saying. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't feel safe, book through the ship. Totally.
Michael Maria said that they like exploring on their own too. I love exploring my own. Like I like things that are less commercialized or less of the tourist trap. Like I really like the local stuff. I really like, getting down into the culture and meeting people. I really love supporting the locals, and so.
couple comments about me swimming after the ship. I mean, when you're in port, they're only going like 5 knots. I mean, you can pretty much keep up to that. I mean, might be a little tough for the kids, but I mean, they'll be fine. Let's see. Many third parties guarantee you will be back with the ship. But how can they actually guarantee? I mean, you got to. Where were we coming back from Paradise Beach in Cozumel, and our taxi decided it didn't want to be a taxi anymore.
Taxi broke down.
I mean, like, it started again. It started again. But there was a minute.
Shut down in the middle of the lane, and the guy's like, "Oh, the transmission is going," and he was able to get it started back up again. But that was like, remember, it was pouring rain. That was on the way home from.
That was the only thing that concerned me. Is I'm like, listen, we got plenty of time. We left early. We're good. Like, everything's good. And like 580 something of our closest friends were also coming from Paradise Beach, so I was not totally concerned at all. Other than the fact that I'm like, it's raining and this is.
We're gonna be standing on the side in pouring rain, and we're just gonna totally flag down the next person that we know and sit on their laps and take their cab back. But we did make it back.
That would have been a good story.
It would have been a good story.
Let's see. Jamie and Sharon say they rarely book cruise line excursions anymore. It's just a better experience.
I agree with you entirely. It's always a better experience when you do it on your own. We don't like to do like the big buses anymore and just like crowd on with other people and. Yeah,
I don't like the big buses. Mary Ellen says they were on one excursion in Puerto Vallarta through Carnival. It was late, and they did hold the ship for you. That is the advantage of the through the ship excursions, is that confidence that more than likely, most of the time, they're not going to leave without you there. So let's see who else has a good comment.
So can I talk a little bit though? So I want to go back to
what live stream. You can talk about whatever you want.
Well, are you going to let me? No, going back
to we're 51 comments behind. I'm trying
has anyone in this chat? We have quite a few people in here. Has anyone in this chat done the British Colonial Serenity Beach in Nassau? Because I'm a little nervous about it. Not in a bad way. I know what to expect because I've done my research. I think that's key too, right? Everybody has to do their research. There's so much information out there right now. I'm super excited about some other trips that we have coming up where we've found some really, really cool beaches.
I want
Again, we're going to save that for future discussions.
Will G says, I've noticed that booking outside the cruise lines hasn't been a whole lot cheaper. I don't know if I feel the same way or not.
I think that we usually get a really good deal looking outside of the cruise line.
I felt like we did because we went to when we went to Roatan, we decided just to go and go to the beach.
Yeah.
And we found a little beach club and we sat on the beach all day. We opened a tab at the bar and we ate, we drank. We weren't shy.
What's the name of that place? Beachers?
Beachers was
very
good.
We really enjoyed it. It was fun.
No, they were great. They were great there.
At the West Bay.
And for those of you who know me, as the day goes on, I start to go, ooh, what are we spending? And I start to go, ooh, all right, maybe we should cut this off. Maybe we bought too much food. Maybe we bought too many drinks. And we went to check out. And other than the fact that I almost left my credit card there.
You did. You turned around for it.
Yeah, we got into the taxi. Yeah. I think our bill for the entire day was like $40.
Yeah.
For both of us. And again, we left full and had plenty of drinks. So
yeah. And our ride over there and back was good. And our taxi driver, our excursion guy, he waited there for us and was wonderful.
We have another new person in the chat here. Catherine says,
hey,
7
Catherine.
days until our first cruise ever on the getaway out of New York. Thanks for your news. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for stopping in and
thank you for coming. I can't wait to go on the getaway. I have not been on the getaway yet. And I've been looking at some of those because they, leave out in New York and stuff. I've been looking at some of the getaways, but the week has to work for us.
Let's see. Lovey's did Daniel Johnson's Monkey and Sloth tour. Nancy says supporting the locals can be one of his feel good excursion. Give back. We're way behind in the chat. We're like 142 messages behind in the chat.
You don't have to read every single one, but you want to.
Kyle has joined us. Hello, Kyle. How are you? Thank you for joining us this evening.
Well, listen. If you're gonna stay on the boat next time, we got to get you on that boat. So let's go. When are you going? Come on.
We got something coming up
for you. Yeah, that might be the one that I booked the other day.
He doesn't know about that yet.
Nope, nobody knows about it.
He just got here. Let's see here. Wanda's in trouble.
What kind of
The
taxi?
Matt
Chris Cram is
guy.
asking what kind of taxi.
Oh, Tony. Oh, hold on, wait. Where? No, that was wait.
No, it's
that
down
was,
here.
oh, hold on.
You said what kind of taxi?
Oh no, this jumped again.
Right here.
I know this jumped again. That was like an hour. That was like 20 minutes ago.
Maybe
That was
it
was 15 minutes ago. Oh Jesus. Oh my. Oh,
some people get better the
no.
more they do this stuff.
Oh,
I feel like maybe sometimes we backslide.
All right, hold on. We're scrolling to chat amongst yourselves while we get caught up here. Hold on.
All right.
Good night, Stacy. Thank you for joining us. I'm sorry that's where this thing's come back into.
Good night, Stacy.
Give what else you want to talk
Dave.
about? With the family, it's tough to keep. I think we caught up. Yes, here we go. Yes, talking sites like Shore Excursion. Oh, that's where you're saying the price went up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did one through Shore Excursion here. We did one through Viator. We actually did one through TripAdvisor. We're kind of trying to get around, and try them all out. So.
I started to talk before about I'm a little bit not nervous, but I'm waiting to see.
You don't say.
I did my research, so I know what to expect with Serenity Beach. But I mean, first of all, the British Colonial is opening back up, right? So I feel like things are going to change there. But everybody says right now that it's very quiet. It's kind of secluded. You can't, like, there's actually a fence that people will hop to get over to the Senor Frogs, but like that's closed off on that way. So you got to go all the way around. You don't have access to Margaritaville, like their beach or their amenities, but so you're in this like private beach. So you're not, the vendors aren't there. It includes your chairs. It includes your towels. They do have a bar, although they say that the drinks can be quite pricey and are questionably good. But I'm not worried about it because we're only at the beach for a few hours. I'm not looking to go to the beach to like whatever. But I feel like it's going to be vastly different from Cabbage Beach.
Maybe Nancy can teach you how to make Jell-O before we go.
Nancy's awesome at it, though. I will say this: she's got some tricks up her sleeve.
I don't know what's happening here, but Wanda says she's innocent, and I doubt it. Let's see, what else do we have?
But like, I'm wondering about this. Like, it's going to be so different from Cabbage Beach. We were just, we're used to being bombarded by the vendors and negotiating for our chairs, and being able to buy little trinkets, and it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be very, very, very different. Well, I'm looking forward to the experience.
It's going to be good. It's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be quiet. We'll see.
I've traveled with you. Nothing's quiet.
I'm going to tell you guys this. All 5 of us was like $70. All 5 of us. And it includes chairs, it includes towels. It's a private beach, and we have access to whatever, their bathrooms and their space in their area, and a nice clean beach.
Alice wants to know.
I'm great with that. All for 5 of us. Cool.
Yeah, that's one of the better prices we've gotten for a club. But Alice had a question. When you go to Sancho's, do you need to bring a towel from the ship? Yes, we brought our towels from the ship. Yes, there were no towels there.
Bring a towel and just bring it back with you. No biggie. They actually collect the towels and they'll check you off that you brought it back, like in the port. So like before you even get on the ship, you can dump it in a bin and they'll check off your name that you brought back your towel. And you can usually check out those towels as you get off the ship as well. So like it's super easy on and off. So make sure you have something. You do have to carry it with you though.
Something's going on with the USS Minnow. I'm not sure what. I think I missed something somewhere. And
there's been a few times I've been on the USS Minnow.
Well, we're platinum on the Staten Island ferry, I think.
There's a couple different excursions that we've been on the USS Minnow.
Yeah. Well, G says that is not a bad price, and no one bugging you all the time. Yes, so that's definitely going to be an advantage of that.
I remember sitting in the back of a pickup truck in like St. John and like going around, like winding up the hills. Like literally we're sitting in the bed of the pickup truck and like we're just like flying up like these hills, and the driver like parks in the middle of the lane on the hill around a curve, like a blind curve, and was getting out to like show us like the different like foliage and like berries and like different things. It was very, very cool. But like I look back on it now and like I remember this stuff growing up. Like I'm going back 30 years, but I have some really, really cool memories of old.
I think our best excursion
excursions.
together was probably the horseback riding in
That was
Aruba.
really cool.
That was, well, it was somewhere between cool and like Natalie Holloway-esque. It was we booked a horseback riding excursion through, I don't even know who. That was the first time I ever booked anything outside of like the resort, because that was at a resort. That wasn't even
that wasn't on a cruise.
And everybody else that was doing this horseback thing, we're all like talking to each other outside the hotel. They're all like, "Oh, we're all going horseback riding." We're like, "Oh, cool." They all go in one van. We go off in some dude's pickup truck.
It was just me and him. He takes us like down this back windy road. He goes, "Yeah, we opened like 2 days ago," and he's like, "How comfortable are you guys riding horses now?" I mean, we've done it before. We're okay. We're comfortable. Anyway, they throw us on these horses, and he's like, "We're gonna just find a new trail." we went back and we found a new trail.
Yeah.
It was
like,
an amazing.
You guys good on horses? We're
experience.
like, yeah, I think so.
It was an amazing experience.
What do you say? No.
But yeah, so cool.
Let's see. We have someone new. So Joe from New England jumped in just to say they're heading to bed, but it was nice meeting you. It was nice meeting you on the breakaway as well. Thank you for stopping in to say hello. We appreciate it. Let's see. What else do we have here? Wanda says that whenever someone shows her foliage in Caribbean port, it's the smoking kind. You're not wrong.
So do we have a consensus here? Like, I think, are we 50-50, or do we lean more towards booking on our own or more towards booking through the ship? I feel like a lot of this conversation has been booking on our own, although there's been plenty of people that said that they do go through the ship.
This is interesting. Rob says the best excursion for me was in Juneau. They made friends with the that's short for something that I don't know what it is. A local who was dressed as a wolf taking pics with cruise passengers. He brought us to the glacier for free in his car.
Very cool. Yeah. Very cool.
I was like getting into cars with strangers in ports. It's
listen, like
fun
again,
things can happen.
You have to be comfortable, but like some of the best stuff happens when it's a little bit less planned and a little bit more go with the flow. And I have no problem getting off in port and talking to some of the local stands and some of the locals or the whatever. And
but it does come down to comfortability.
Comfort, yeah.
So Chris Cram says they book through the ship. And it definitely comes down to comfortability. Like now knowing we've been to Roatan a couple times now, and Roatan is definitely one of those places where when we were on the vloggers, we didn't have a plan going into Roatan. We had some ideas as to what we wanted to do, and we knew some of the local vendors. And that morning, as we're pulling into port, we started just hitting them up, seeing who had the best deal. We talked about it
for a long time too. We just couldn't make up our mind.
No, we just tried to see what was available that day, and we made a last minute call on that one. I would feel the same way. Any of the beach clubs in Cozumel, I would feel very comfortable doing Cozumel.
I've talked about my Cozumel story many times. When we got off, we found, this is again 25 years ago, got off, me and a bunch of friends. We asked the local cab driver take us to a nice beach, or take us to a beach, and he took us to a beach, and he guaranteed that he'd be there to take us back. Although we're at the beach for like a couple hours. It's completely and totally secluded. Like there's nothing there. There's not a vendor. There's not a like it is a deserted, quiet beach, which is very, very cool, right? But now, I mean, there's nothing, nobody. We get up to leave. We can't find the taxi driver, but there's a bunch of guys in jumpsuits all drinking a liter of vodka. And we were like, we're looking for our cab. Well, it turns out they all jumped up. They all wanted us to go to their cabs. They were all cab drivers. And yeah, they threw that liter of vodka right in the cup holder and took us back to port.
So we've talked a lot about Nassau tonight. It talked a lot about booking on your own. It sounds like the consensus in this group amongst these regular cruisers in here is to go off on your own. So for our group cruise in June, we will be doing the Serenity Beach at British Colonial. So if you will be on the Oasis of the Seas in June, What are you doing?
I don't know how far are you.
What are you out? You're
I don't
already
know.
there. But
don't know.
we what are you looking for? So
Oh.
we've neglected to mention. Is this one?
No, I don't know. Just keep going.
Okay. We've neglected to mention for the How We Cruise 2.0 group cruise, my favorite port. Because we haven't talked about it in a couple of live streams. We have to talk about CocoCay.
Oh, well, CocoCay, yeah, it's amazing. What do you want to talk about?
What is your favorite thing to do on CocoCay?
Oh, what's your favorite thing to do on CocoCay?
Because there are many.
Matt Hochberg just posted this. He just asked this question like yesterday. He posted himself in CocoCay and was like, I love it here. And what's your favorite thing to do in CocoCay? And I was reading people's responses.
Oh, Nancy, don't worry. I don't have to be at work until like 6 a.m. We're still going. Relax. We're good. Solid. We're good.
I love CocoCay. So what we typically do, especially with a group, is we go to the spot that's right between the pool and the beach that has like the soccer ball pool tables and the volleyball, the sports seat kind of like whatever. And it's escaping my mind right now exactly what it's called because it's not. South Beach is down the other end entirely. It's not. Is it Chill Beach?
Chill Island, actually, which is
no, I don't think it's Chill Island.
It is Chill Island.
But anyway, because I think that we were wrong when we called it that. But because I think.
Oh, hold on. We're gonna. No,
it's
hold
right
on.
here.
No, hold on. Watch.
Oh, you're right. Maybe it is Chill Island. Oh, by Chill Grill. Yeah.
Watch. Hold on. We can do this. Ready?
He's getting fancy, y'all.
Yeah. It's been a minute. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Cross your fingers, everyone. Oh, here it is. This one. There we go. Ready? Ooh.
There you go.
Look at that.
So anyway, we love CocoCay, and we typically go. And I don't know if I can show. So if you look, if you look up by Cocoa Beach Club, right, and to the left of Cocoa Beach Club, then you see Swim Up Bar on the inside, and then Oasis Lagoon, and then the hot air balloon. So we typically go like in that corner right there, right under the Y of CocoCay, because we're between the pool and between the beach with lots to do. And you can literally go back and forth, especially if you're with a group. There can be people on the beach. There can be people at the pool. You have the swim up bar. You have a beautiful spot in the, on the ocean. It's a great spot.
So Nancy asked a very, very important question here. Says, isn't it North Beach? The map is upside down, which has driven me nuts for like.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Only you would know that.
Well, because it was driving me nuts for the longest time, so I had to look out on a map. But yeah, no. So if you see down at the bottom of the map is where the ships park, and you'll only have, if you're on an Oasis class, hopefully you're the only ship there. But usually there'll be 2 ships in port. And everybody typically they run off and they race down that walkway there.
But the nice spot about where we go is it's by Chill Grill, so you can still get to the buffet. It's right by a snack shack. It's got all those beach games that the kids can play with Jenga and Connect 4 and volleyball and pool and all that stuff. We're still at the swim up, the pool and the swim up bar. It's just such a great spot. However, the last time that I went down to South Beach. Now I was without you.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved South Beach so much. And I would really like to go there. But we're going to be so far from the pool then that I don't think that you're right. When we're with a group, I think we want to have the experience of being able to go, everybody kind of be in the same area and go back and forth, and then also be super close to.
Well, let me throw this comment up here.
The buffet. I don't know.
Kyle says, Savannah says hi, and her favorite part about CocoCay was swimming with her friends in the big pool. Yet another advantage to group cruises.
Yes. Kyle, it sounds like you guys are itching for another one.
Yeah, but no,
we really would love to go with you guys again.
There is
really would.
It doesn't matter what you do at CocoCay, but you can pay for the water park. Wrong. You can pay for the water park and you can have a blast all day.
Listen, if you're going to pay for the water park, just make sure that everybody's going to take advantage of it, because going to the water park, kids have to be the right height.
Yes.
Are you comfortable with them like running off on their own into different places, because there's a lot to do and a lot of places to go. So, I think, and you can get some great deals if you get a good sale. So
Will G says he has not cruised Royal yet, so that means Will G is going to book one of our group cruises.
Will G, you got to come with us on Royal.
He's going to come with, and he wants to know a very important question: are the food and drinks included?
So on CocoCay and Labadee, absolutely yes. For Royal Caribbean, you go on these private islands, and your food is included and your drink is included. Now, the exception to that would be
your drink package.
Your drink package
works.
Yes, your drink package. But if you go to the snack shack, if you go to the buffet, if you go whatever, like you're still going to have your water and your juice and your iced tea and your whatever. Your water and your juice and your iced tea. So yes, like those kinds. But your drink package extends onto the island. The food is included. The exception to that would be if you paid for the beach club experience, or you paid for an upscale experience, which put them in boxes in here, and he can attest to that. They did the beach club and said that was some of the best food that he had the entire cruise, I believe.
There's lobster. Right, there were people complaining about no lobster on NCL. There's lobster at the beach club. Mike and Maria said they did the beach club and it was really nice. They got it at a good price and the food was good. Yes, if you can get it at a good price, it's 100% worth it. So
I keep wondering, now that Nassau is opening this, Royal Caribbean is opening this beach club in Nassau. I wonder, and this is a video that I want to do. This is on my bucket list. I'll put it out there because the more people out there that are doing the same stuff, I want to do a comparison between the new Royal Caribbean beach club in Nassau and the beach club.
I have a feeling they're going to be very
CocoCay.
My guess is that they're going to be.
But I'm curious. I want to know, and I want to compare those. Wouldn't that be good? Laura, you guys want to see that?
Laura from 500 Travels wants to know: do you think a day bed is? They got a day bed on Chill Island last time. Do you think a day bed is necessary?
Okay. So that completely and totally depends. So Laura, you're in the same boat we are. You have young kids, and to have that spot reserved where you can dump your stuff and your kids and be comfortable, there's something about that's priceless, right?
Or a cabana if they're feeling fancy.
Yes. So there's something about that's just completely and totally comforting. You got your spot, you're reserved, and you're good. Do I think it's necessary? No, I don't. I definitely don't think it's necessary. I think that you can get by. I think that anyone can go to definitely CocoCay and have a fantastic time and not need that. But do I think that having it would be an amazing, awesome perk and comfort? Yeah, definitely. So
Will G wants to know how much the water park is. Well, so Royal, what they do, the regular price is like $150 a person for the day.
Might be $130.
But but it's always on sale in the cruise planner before the cruise. It's just whether it's going to be 20% off or 30% off, or sometimes
we did it once. We did it once, and we got an amazing deal. I think we got it for like $59 a person.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous. It was like a Black Friday deal. It was super cheap. It was still during the tail end of like kind of shut down kind of stuff, so maybe things weren't at full capacity. And we got it and so we were like, this was totally worth it for us. However, Katie wasn't tall enough to do everything. So whatever. It was nice to go over there. We didn't do the whole Devil's Tower. We just did the slides that we could go on
because Katie wasn't tall enough.
we did the lily pad things that they walked across. We did the wave pool, and it was nice to go in there. As the kids when they're teenagers, I think they would love it. But we talk about this regularly, right?
Nancy, it was nuts. Nancy said you'll never find it for $59. No, you'll never find that again. Like we looked at it and we're like, that can't be right. Maybe it was another one of those Royal Caribbean mistakes that they keep making. I don't know, but
guys, what's going on with Royal?
Well, let's
I'm not complaining.
let's
but,
shut this down for a second here. Could be
well, yeah, I don't know why you're still on there.
Well, no, because it was we were talking about it, but speaking of royal things, there's a couple things we could talk about royal before we log off.
I was just going to say something, and now I lost my train of thought. So okay, I know.
Well, we were talking about the low price of the water park. We were talking about a couple of their screw ups, their $18 drink package from a few years ago that a couple people were able to take advantage of. Unfortunately, it wasn't us, but
we missed that one. We have not gotten our $50 refund or credit. I'm sorry yet from booking our Premier Pass yet, and I know that other people have.
Yes, some people have gotten their $50 credit, and they've gotten their refund. We have not gotten yet our refund for our Premier Pass or our $50 on board credit, but we will be getting that because we have seen other people get it, so we know that it will be coming. But there is some big news coming out of, and again, we are not the Cruise News channel, but for all the people in the chat who keep saying we have so many people in the chat tonight that have said they've never cruised on Royal Caribbean, and I want to change that. I want them all to come with us. You're all welcome to come in our cabin with us on our group cruise in June.
I just want to preface that with we're not trying to put. Well, I don't want to push one line over the other. We really do appreciate Carnival. We're going to be on them in May. Mm-hmm. We appreciate Royal. We appreciate Norwegian. We're not really with the kids really in a position yet to take them on Celebrity or Princess yet.
They're not ready for that.
That's coming down the pike. Super excited. We have some potential MSC stuff coming up.
Some MSC
I think
possibly.
You guys might be hearing. Did not book it yet. That's not what I booked, but I do think that we are going to be booking MSC soon.
Maybe sooner than later.
Yeah, I think you'll be hearing from that soon. I'm sorry. I'm gonna throw out a little bit more of a teaser. What I did book was 2024, and what I did book is most likely another group cruise. So stay tuned. Stay tuned to hear what we have coming up at a group cruise 2024. We just can't give
the details yet because it's not worked out yet.
I was willing to share.
Worked out for us. No, it's worked out for us, but it's not worked out for them.
I know. We want to be able to tell you guys what kind of deal we can get you.
So it's coming.
But it's coming, and it's going to be awesome. And yeah.
But
I hope but we want to take you guys on. We do know Royal probably the best, and would love to take you guys on Royal Caribbean. We have our November. Oasis is pretty much Oasis. We can still get you on. We're sold out at the group rate, but there are cabins left, and maybe after the 90-day, maybe the prices will go down a little bit. But you're at prevailing rate right now for Oasis in June 23rd, 2023. But that is our next group cruise. Then we have November. We have
Chris says he'll be emailing us Wednesday for November.
Woo! I hope that you get to come with us, Chris. We have a bunch of people. We have a really nice group going on that. We have, I don't know who else in this chat.
There are about 6 rooms left at the group rate on that chat.
At the group rate.
And I will tell you this.
Which is really, really good. It's like
if you go on Royal Caribbean's site right now and you try to book a balcony for the November 5th Anthem of the Seas, the prevailing rate right now that you will get through their website is almost double the rate that we have locked in for 6 cabins, 6 more cabins. Tony wants to know if it's coming, will it be out of our area? No, for the first time that we're trying to organize a group cruise, it will likely not be Bayonne or New York. Northeast.
It won't be Bayonne or New York.
No, it will not.
But it'll be easily accessible.
But Destination Fun wants to know, where will this group cruise be out of? It will be from a state that is a little bit further south from New Jersey. Nancy says Oasis is a great ship, and if you feel like paying through the nose, you can still come with us in June.
I love Oasis. It's probably, I think I like a little Harmony just a little bit better. I know they're sister ships and they're almost identical, but I do really like Harmony. But Oasis is, I know that ship really, really, really well. I really like Oasis.
2 pieces.
I love the Oasis class ships.
Well, we do love the Oasis class ship because we haven't been on an Icon class ship yet.
Well,
but we are.
Nobody's
booked.
been on an Icon class ship yet.
Well, but there are two pieces of news on the Icon that I want to share with everyone who hasn't been, since again, this is not a big Royal Caribbean
I'm
crowd.
getting excited about Icon again. I've been watching, I've been like looking up our cabin again.
Icon announced their captain.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yes. So Henrik Loy from Norway is going to be the captain of the Icon of the Seas. It was just announced. So he's over in the shipyard right now, going through all the inspections with them and checking all the safety things and learning the ship. And they did an interview with him, and he said learning all 8 neighborhoods on the ship is going to be just something that's a whole new thing for him. So he's very excited about that. Nancy's right. Icon is crazy booked. I would love to do it, but not the inaugural. So we will be on the inaugural.
Yeah, we're going to be on January 27th.
I know there are some other group cruises scheduled on Icon in the spring.
I'm super excited for our cabin. We have the family infinity balcony. So that's going to be interesting. I'm super excited for that.
Mike and Maria said they are Diamond on Royal, and they're booked on Symphony May 4th of 2024. They hope it's our group cruise.
It is not.
It's not, but
we might be able to do that one. We'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. That's not a terrible idea.
That's not a.
That's Brad's birthday.
I know. May 5th. Yeah.
He's May 4th.
What did I say?
May 5th.
Oh, I was thinking. Okay. Yeah.
You confused your son's birthday with Cinco de Mayo. That happens.
No, I was thinking May is 5th, the 5th, 5-4 instead of 4-5. Anyway, Tony Diaz just mentioned the Wizard of Oz. So, okay, we found out about this a couple days ago, right? Was it yesterday or the day before? Wizard of Oz on Icon, and we were. I said, Bri, are we going to share that?
This is what. Okay.
So I said, Bri, share that. So because we are always very cautious when we share things, we want to confirm information before we put it out there. So Bry's trying. He's like, I can't confirm this. I can't confirm it. You actually sent a message to Royal.
I reached out directly to Royal Caribbean, and they denied it. They flat out, they're like, nope. I'm like, dude, it's on your website that you're taking auditions.
But that's what's funny is
for Wizard of Oz.
We found the audition page on Royal Caribbean site. So I'm fairly certain that we can confirm that Wizard of Oz will be on Icon of the Seas. Now, my personal hope, and this is completely nothing to do and totally non-confirmed and probably furthest from the truth, but my hope is that they are setting up Wizard of Oz to transition into or be a part of or include some aspect of Wicked, because I absolutely love the Broadway show Wicked. I think it's the best show, the best Broadway show ever. And I think what better way to kind of like that's coming down off of Broadway within the next year or so. What better thing to transition to? I think that would be so cool. So I'm hoping that that's where that goes. But I'm just super happy with Wizard of Oz.
So Julie Amos had a very, very important question. So even though we're over an hour,
I know we're just.
Even though we're over an hour, we're gonna. Oh, wow.
Would you get rid of the ticker?
No, I had to because Julie asked for it.
Oh, okay.
Julie asked for it. Julie wants to know when and where our November group cruise is. Our November group cruise is the Anthem Takes Anthem Takes Jersey Week, on Royal Caribbean's Anthem of the Seas out of New York out of Bayonne on November 5th through 12th of 2023. Heads down to Port Canaveral, Nassau,
and CocoCay.
So it's a cool ship. It goes to CocoCay. It's cheap, and you get to go with us. So those 6 cabins that we have left are not going to last long. So we will be watching our email on our phones after this chat to take all of your deposits so you can come join us and sail with us in November, because we want all of you to come with us.
We have 13, 14. What do we have on that ship already?
We already have 34 people booked.
We have 34 people booked.
Already, yes.
Yeah, so that's going to be a nice size group. A lot of good people going on.
Yes, a lot of good
people. I mean, every group is good people.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Let's see, what else do we have here? I can't pronounce that. Something's big in Wisconsin, but Put the Akana, a town other than Madison in Wisconsin. I can.
Oconomowoc. Oconomowoc. Oconomowoc.
So Tony says that he heard its royal production of Wizard of Oz. Yes, it's going to be different. It's going to be a little bit
their own spin of things, right?
Hopefully, it won't be the 2-hour version of Cats that's on Oasis
and Wizard of Oz. And if you read the book, they're all very, very kind of like not the same.
Cruise Seeker says he wants Hamilton on a Royal Caribbean ship. He would love that
cool.
show. Our son was asking for that as well.
I was thinking too, Phantom. Wouldn't Phantom of the Opera be good? I mean, that was such a
Nancy would love to see Mamma Mia on a ship. Well, Royal Caribbean has Mamma Mia on a ship.
Do they?
Yes, they
I'm
do.
not a Mamma Mia fan. I think I'm one of the only people.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it and I thought I was going to like it, and I was like,
Let's see. Shauna says we have Oasis booked in October, or we probably would join you. Oh, Nancy says, it's their local town. So I apologize for butchering the name of your local town. Shauna says they would join us in October. Well, a lot of people do back-to-backs. I mean, it would be side to side. Just come on up. It'll be fine.
Listen, there's plenty of cruises.
I can do this. Hold on. I can do it. Oconomowoc.
I wasn't far off.
This is like how long it took us to pronounce Lachingango on Wednesday.
I know. We practiced.
We did. We'll practice. We'll have it.
I promise we'll have that video up super soon. I'm getting closer now.
Wendy wants to know, are we talking about a group cruise in 2023? Yes, we have 2 group cruises in 2023. The June one is mostly sold out unless you'd like to pay with your firstborn. The November
prices are pretty pricey for June right now because the prevailing rate.
Yeah,
everything is
all our rooms sold out.
But there are rooms available. So if you want to come, we can get you there. We can put you in the group. So June 23rd, 2023 on Oasis of the Seas out of Bayonne. And then the other one is November 5th out of Bayonne also on Anthem of the Seas. And it's going to Port Canaveral, Nassau, and CocoCay. Yeah, those are our 2023 cruises, group cruises. We did just book something for we have Icon coming in 2024, but that's the inaugural. That's not a group. And then the only other thing right now that we do have booked for 2024 is something that I just booked, and that is going to be a group cruise. And it will be in the latter part of the year.
We'll see.
I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Nancy wants to know what ship.
Next week.
Nancy wants to know what ship Mamma Mia is on. I believe Mamma Mia is actually on Allure and possibly also on Quantum. But Allure, Allure is in Galveston right now, I believe. So from Wisconsin, Galveston's not a bad trip for you. But that. I believe Mamma Mia is on Allure right now, if I'm not mistaken. So, but yes. All right. So we've taken enough of these kind people's time tonight.
I know, guys. I'm sorry we've been chatting up. We are
an hour and 15. We have not done this since
diverted quite a bit too from our excursion topic, but
we didn't. No, we talked about it.
We did. But
does anybody have any? Are there any questions? Do we cover everything to your satisfaction this evening?
There was a flashy abridged version of Phantom in Vegas that would be great for a ship. Laura, you know what you're talking about, so
that would be very cool.
Yeah, love that stuff.
Let's see, we're just getting off the Bliss for Halloween, so we couldn't make it. Okay. And Cruise Seekers is on the Celebrity Eclipse. See, all you guys made your plans before you checked with us. See,
guys, I can't wait to book more. We got, like I said, hopefully we have MSC coming up soon. I cannot wait for the celebration in May. We're going to be May 20th. We're going to be on Celebration. We're going to be on Oasis in June. We're going to be on Anthem in November. I am confirmed to be back on Oasis sometime in September and maybe again in October as well. So we'll see.
We will see. We shall see. We shall see. Nancy said, Google says Mamma Mia on the icon. That would be different than, I mean, they posted they were going to do the Wizard of Oz thing, but unless that doesn't pan out.
Well, they did not confirm that.
Well, they also had a cruise director picked.
10,000 people, 9,000 people are going to be on that ship. I'm pretty darn certain that they could probably have multiple versions of multiple kinds of shows. I mean,
well, they also had a cruise director selected and then not.
Yeah.
So we shall see.
That's other.
Maria, what are the dates of the November group cruise? That is November 5th through
November
12th
5th, 2023.
And Cruise Seekers Allure has Mamma Mia seen it twice. We're on Allure again in 41 days. And it's already still there, and the show's already reserved. Good. Yes. All right. So it is Allure. Okay. I guess right.
Reserved the show already, so it must have been a good
Yes,
one.
good.
They must have done. They did it well, right?
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Sorry for keeping you late. Thanks so much for hanging on.
We did have one more thing we have to say.
Oh, you better hurry
One
up.
last thing. So the last thing we did today, while we were trying to get our group shirts ready for June, we switched over our entire merch store. So we are now off. Well, we're not off.
I mean, Teespring is still open.
If you want to wait 6 months for a shirt, you can still order something off Teespring. It's still there. But we moved everything over to Spreadshop today.
Multiple
updated everything
with Teespring.
We added some more products. We added some more color shirts.
Things that we personally dealt with. It wasn't just by hearsay. Things that we were personally not happy with. We did switch over to
Spreadshop. So we're on Spreadshop now. So if you're looking for our merchandise, hop over to Spreadshop.
And all of our group shirts will be available on there too.
Very soon.
I worked on that all day today. So for both June and November and upcoming 2024 as well.
Well, thank you all for joining us. Book one of our group cruises, or if not, just come back and join us next week on Sunday night. We'll be here at 9 p.m.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
So, say it.
See you on the seas.